How's it going, guys? Last night, we seen the NHL All-Star Game rosters revealed, and with every sort of selection process, there's always going to be those people who felt like they got snubbed. The biggest and most important question, often the hardest question, though, about saying who may or may not have been snubbed is who do you take out of the guys that were selected? I don't think any of us can go out there and say, well, this guy didn't deserve to be in, but what we can say is someone did deserve to be in a little bit more, quite possibly. So starting with the Atlantic Division, and I'm going to go ahead and say real quick, these are my personal opinions, obviously. I mean, other people are going to think differently, which is okay. Maybe you thought they didn't get snubbed. Maybe you have other players on your mind. So do keep that in mind. But starting with the Atlantic Division, I just look at this one. It just feels like a bunch of household names were chosen. A bunch of people the NHL have heard of, which is funny because it's the NHL. So I hope they've heard of everybody. But just glancing through it, I'm pretty surprised Mitch Marner wasn't selected. And you look, who do you take out? Probably Tavares. Marner's had an extravagant season. Some could say it's because of John Tavares. Some could say he's breaking out, and that's the question mark that gets raised there. Then you look and you see Stamkos on here. Just to play devil's advocate, kind of the opposite of the situation above, Stamkos is a stud, no questions asked, but he's also just a hair above a point per game. He's benefited from the Kucherov effect. Granted, they usually don't play in the same even strength line, but I say that because I think Braden Point's in the same boat. We can argue Point should make this over Stammer, but Kucherov is another type of animal. You get points by accident playing with the Kucherov. Still, nonetheless, it's impressive. But like I said, kind of the contrary to the whole Marner-Tavares spew here. I also look at the goalies of these two teams. Vasilevsky and Freddie plus 920 save percentages on the season, both very deserving. And I know the first comment everybody's thinking is, they get carried. They play on stacked teams. Well, you still have to stop the puck. Ben Bishop seen 2 shots in the first 30 minutes of last night's game. He then proceeded to give up 4 goals in the second period. See my point there? I think you take one of the above 2 out, slide in one of their netminders, take out Jimmy Howard, and we could very easily then slide in Dylan Larkin into a forward who's been having a very, very good season as well. In the Metro, I like the defensive selections. I like the goalie selections, but I'm going to say it. I'm a little shocked Atkinson's in here over Panarin. Which brings me to the last man vote, where every team gets a rep. But again, the Blue Jackets rep there is Nick Foligno. Again, kind of surprising. Going back to Atkinson, though, I love the guy. But his most productive seasons have almost always been with very good playmaking wingers and or centers. You got Panarin, you got Johansson. Even Dubois been playing very well this season. But then again, Atkinson's on pace to score over 40 goals, and that just doesn't happen by accident either. But you can even throw Kessel in there as missing. What's most impressive about what Kessel does to me is these guys are all getting first-line minutes. Kessel isn't. He's dogging it out there on the third line normally. But, you know, then again, he does get that prolific PP to play on. But, again, who do you take out? It'd have to be Atkinson, I'd assume, based on every team needing a rep. I like the central picks. I can see people making a case for Radulov or for Granlund, but then you look at their forward court, it's just absolutely loaded. I can't see the case for taking any one of them out. Heiskanen makes it being the Stars rep. He's been playing well. Yossi's the Preds rep. Can't argue about the D-core, but then again, maybe you can argue about the D-core because Ben Bishop looks to have been absolutely robbed here. Dubnyk's been very up and down this season. Bishop, until yesterday, he's played very well. The only thing is, again, if you take out Dubnyk, who reps the Wild? Again, maybe Granlund, but is he going to fit with all them forwards? Do you give it to Ryan Suter and take out Heiskanen? That would balance it out. Couple of options there. And then there is the Pacific Division. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know about this one. Did the boys watch any Pacific Div hockey this year? I don't know if you heard of this Gaudreau, Monahan, and Lindholm line, but they are making a pretty good case for being one of the best lines in hockey right now. And instead of choosing Sean Monahan or Elias Lindholm, who are having monster seasons, we choose Joe Pavelski. Don't get me wrong, Joe's an excellent player. He's been an excellent player throughout his career. He's even having a solid season this year. But I don't quite see how we allow a third in their division team to have the most players elected to the All-Star game. I'll be honest, I've slept on Calgary a lot of this season, but I'm awake now and they got shafted. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how you make it happen, but even Giordano makes a good case to be a selection. But you're playing with some extremely, extremely flammable substances, suggesting that Karlsson doesn't make it. So that brings us back to Pavelski. And unfortunately for Sharks fans, I know they're not going to like us ragging on other players in the All-Star game, but at the end of the day, they have 3 reps. Everybody else has 1, so they're going to be the center of attention. If any other team logically wants a second representative in their division in the All-Star game, one of the Sharks players has to be taken out. It's definitely an interesting turn of events nonetheless. But those are some guys I think I might have got snubbed. Let me know the snubs that you guys are thinking might happen. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.